Certainly, let's break down the explanation of the Central Processing Unit, CPU, in detail. Central Processing Unit, CPU. The CPU is the core component of a computer system and typically consists of three essential parts: the main memory, control unit, and arithmetic logic unit, ALU. Functions of the Central Processing Unit, CPU. 1. Process data. The primary function of the CPU is to process data. It performs various operations on data, such as mathematical calculations, logical comparisons, and data manipulation. For example, when you perform calculations in a spreadsheet, the CPU processes those mathematical operations. 2. Control sequence of operations within the computer. The CPU acts as the computer's brain, directing the sequence of operations. It ensures that tasks are executed in the correct order. When you run a computer program, the CPU manages the flow of instructions to execute the program step by step. 3. Give commands to all parts of a computer. The CPU communicates with and issues commands to all other parts of the computer. For instance, when you click on a file to open it, the CPU instructs the storage device to retrieve the file and the display device to show it on the screen. 4. Control the use of main memory. The CPU manages the computer's main memory, or RAM. It decides what data and program instructions should be stored in RAM for quick access. When you open software or load a web page, the CPU directs the necessary data to be temporarily stored in RAM for faster processing. 5. Provide temporary storage, RAM, and permanent storage, ROM, of data. RAM serves as temporary storage for data and program instructions actively in use. For example, when you open a web browser, the CPU stores web page data in RAM for quick access. ROM, read-only memory, contains essential instructions for booting up the computer, ensuring it can start and perform basic functions when powered on. Input devices, CPU, and output devices. The CPU interacts with input devices, like keyboards and mice, and output devices, such as monitors and printers, to process and present information to users. Input devices provide data to the CPU. When you type on a keyboard or click with a mouse, these actions generate data sent to the CPU for processing. The CPU interprets your inputs and takes appropriate actions, like displaying characters on the screen or executing commands. Output devices. The CPU processes the data received from input devices and generates useful information. This information is then sent to output devices for display or use. For example, the CPU processes text data and sends it to the display device for presentation. It can also send data to a printer to produce a hard copy of a document. Arithmetic Logic Unit, ALU. The ALU is a critical part of the CPU where various data processing tasks occur. This includes mathematical calculations, example, addition, subtraction, logical operations, example, comparisons, decision-making processes, and processing of non-numeric information. For instance, when you perform a search on the Internet, the ALU assists in processing search queries and determining relevant results. Control Unit. The control unit, as the name suggests, is responsible for extracting instructions, executing them, maintaining the overall system's operations, and directing the flow of data within the CPU. Functions of the control unit. Control unit performs several functions. It oversees all activities of the computer. It supervises the flow of data within the CPU. It directs the flow of data within the CPU. It transfers data to the arithmetic and logic unit, ALU. It transfers results from memory. It fetches results from memory to output devices. Memory unit. The memory unit is where data and instructions given to the computer, as well as results generated by the computer, are stored. The basic unit of memory is the byte, where 1 byte equals 8 bits. Memory is used to store data, programs, and the intermediate results of computations. In summary, the CPU is the central and most vital component of a computer system, responsible for processing data, managing memory, controlling operations, and interacting with input and output devices to provide a seamless computing experience. The ALU and control unit are integral parts of the CPU that enable it to perform various data processing tasks, while memory serves as storage for data and instructions.